Welcome to Crafts and Minis. It's so good to have you back. Still doing that hashtag hobby streak, a little bit of hobbying every day, and showing you at the end of the week what I was able to get done. This week, I was able to paint 48 miniatures and finish them all up, which two of these are Gargantuan miniatures, as you can see. Last week, I think I painted 57 minis, which was great. And I didn't think I'd get even close to that this week, but I did. I got close, which is a lot of fun. So I wanted to show you what I was able to get done and hopefully give you some motivation for your own hobbying this week and to just go get after it. So the first thing I was able to paint this week were these plague bearers from Warhammer. Now, plague bearers are used both in 40K and in Warhammer Fantasy. And these turned out, I thought, really good. I love how the green turned out on these. And I didn't use the Plague Bearer color from Games Workshop. Instead, I used a different green, and I forget what that is. I'm sorry, I can't share that right now. But it turned out to work really well with the wash I did on these guys. And yeah, I got a little color on the stomachs that are opened up with mouths and stuff, really disgusting. I showed you last week cultists for Nurgle, and these are the guys that the cultists are trying to summon to get out there and get after it and cause so much havoc and bring the pestilence and all the gross stuff that Nurgle wants to bring. So I was able to get 10 of those done this week, which was really fun. Then I was able to do some individual minis, which I wanted to show you. This guy has a little shovel, which is fun. He's from a Cyborg mini. These two metal minis next, I'm not sure what range they're from exactly. I want to say I got them from Old Glory Miniatures in like a pack of peasants from like a gothic horror line, but I'm not positive about that. But they turned out really not too bad also. They were quick to paint up. I really like this one. She is in this cloak, and I could use this as a lot of things. This could be a noblewoman who is coming to search out a party in the cold or the night. This could be just a peasant, who is out there trying to face the elements, whatever. But I really like that mini. Very versatile. Then I did a couple more peasants. This is one holding his sack. And this is another with his pitchfork. So those peasants from Cyborg really worked out nice. And then I did another character from Cyborg that's a bit of a fighter type. But I love these little details of the skulls on the hammer and on the hilt of the sword. So that just, I thought, turned out really well. This is what my wash looks like over a black, by the way. This is a Black Templar contrast paint with the wash over it for his coat there. And I think it turned out pretty well. It just looks pretty grungy, which I'm always going for, the grunge. I'm going to save the big unit in the middle till last. Let's do that. I don't have any dragons. I have something close to a dragon, but no dragons, because dragons are always last. But we'll save the big unit in the middle for last. So let's go to our Gargantuan minis. This is a Hydra from Archon Studios, their Epic Encounter line. And this is a big old Hydra with a bunch of vines on it. Like it's been out in the swamp for a while, getting all viney. But I really like this mini. It's obviously a good size for a Hydra, pretty big. And I like the pose. There's a lot of cool Hydras out there, though. I have an old one from the game, Chronopia. If anybody remembers that from the 90s, it's a heavy metal mini. I think I might have two of them somewhere. Or no, actually, parts of it are metal, but most of it's resin, if I remember correctly. And I want to get that together and paint it sometime. But for now, it's nice to have this Hydra. And if you remember from my last video, I'm trying to do creatures from the Warhammer universe that can be used in the Shadow Dark RPG. And so there are Hydras in the Warhammer universe. So this worked out really well. And I got it for a really good deal. Actually, all the Epic Encounters stuff I have, I got on sale either at Miniature Market or directly from Archon Studios. Over like Thanksgiving last year, I think they had a big sale, or maybe for the New Year they had a big sale. But yeah, you just got to watch out for those sales and see what you can get. Now this is a big old mini, and I think they have like lindworms or something like that in Warhammer that can grow pretty big. So I'm just going to count this as that for the Warhammer universe. But obviously, it's a take on the purple worm from D&D. Or like the big creature from Tremors, the movie. My dad thinks it looks like that, so that's a good time. But it's just huge, and I gave it a paint scheme. If anybody remembers, at one time in Warhammer 40K, the Tyranids were all painted in this paint scheme of an orangish carapace, and the rest of the body was like this tannish color. And I gave it that paint scheme, and I thought it worked out really well. And then I picked out details on it too, and did that Zenithal Prime, black all around, white from the top. And you can see from the inside here the darker portions and the lighter portions, and I think it worked out really well. So it's a good looking mini. I like it a lot. If it ever comes on the table for the player characters, they're going to freak out. The last unit that I was able to get done is 30 miniatures. So 48 of my 30 miniatures are all part of the same unit this week. And they're for the game The Old World for Warhammer Fantasy. And they're old sculpts. Even the character sculpts in there are old sculpts, but from the 90s. The most of the sculpt I have here, 27 of them, are this same sculpt of Halberdier. And these I finished this week, but I had started working on them before this week. And actually, I was working on them over at the house of a family that I'm helping one of their sons get into miniature painting. And I was able to paint the skin when I was over there helping that family out. So that's a shout out to, we'll just call him G. G, hope you're getting after it. Hope you're getting after that hobby and still enjoying your painting. This is a hobby I got into when I was a child, a kid. My dad was a miniature painter and war gamer, and he did historical war games mainly, but he got my brother and I into Warhammer back in the early 90s when it was still Rogue Trader days. So we still have a huge army of squats, and have collected more squats over the years. Don't know what I'm going to do with all those squats, but it's great to have them. And I love what they call old hammer, right? The old Warhammer sculpts, especially these monopose sculpts, where this is all one piece. Like this, the arms aren't separate, the head's not separate. It's all one piece. And I just love these. I love these for all the different Warhammer races that are monopose. But these halberdiers, I have a ton of. This is actually my second unit of this style for my army. And once I get my whole army painted and base, these still need their basing material. I'll do a video on that, on my whole Empire army for the Old World. But that's going to take just a little bit more time. I have some cannons, a wizard, a couple engineers, and a 10-man squad of swordsmen to paint up. So actually less minis than I painted this week for this one squad. But I don't think I'm going to get it done in this next week. I'm traveling some this next week. And yeah, we'll just see what I'm able to do. No promises. We'll see what I'm able to do. But I like this mini. It's a metal mini that was converted when I got it. Like normally it has a big double-handed sword that it's holding in one hand, but instead it was converted to have this halberd. So I really like that, and it works great as a captain mini or leader mini commander for this unit. And then I did a flag very simply. You can see a very simple flag. It's a little darker on the back because it's not catching the light as much. But I have another unit of these where the flag is just the reverse of this one, where it's a red field with a black stripe with the gold instead of that way, with the black and the red stripe. And then I have a musician, and this is a metal mini too, an old one also, which I just am pleased with. I'm pleased how this unit turned out. My other unit, instead of having the uniform be quartered like this one, where it's got red in 2/4 and black in 2/4 of the uniform, it's just all black, but with the red feather and the red little bit there on the halberd. But these I wanted to make a little distinct from that unit, so I quartered them, and it worked out really well. So I'm very happy with those. And that's just a long-term project. Man, I'm trying to learn the rules for Old World too, and it's a chore. It is a chore. So I'm going to need my local community to help me. Good thing every other week at my local game store, they play Old World on Wednesdays. So I'm hoping to get after the hobby then. But I just wanted to show you this week what I was able to do. The two big minis are awesome, of course, to have. They look good on the shelf and all that too. You never know when you need to pull those out. But I've got a ton of human NPC-like models to paint. And I still have, of course, the rest of my Warhammer army. So we'll just see what I'm able to do this week. I have some other big guys, too, from Epic Encounters that I could get done. But you never know. You just got to go sometimes where the inspiration strikes you. So this week, that's what I encourage you. Look at your minis, see what inspires you, paint what inspires you this week. Sometimes, like when I'm trying to get a unit done, it's a chore. But honestly, I was getting in the zone painting these 30 guys all at once because I do one color at a time for all of them. So all the red was painted on all of them at the same time. All the gold, all of them at the same time. All the black, all of them at the same time. Skin tones, all of them at the same time. And doing that really just got me in this really cool zone of getting after it. I think they call it a flow state, as I've seen some YouTubers talk about it. So I was getting in my flow state, which is a good time. Hopefully you get in your flow state this week and whatever you're doing. Please have fun with your hobby. Get after it. Set some goals for yourself. See if you can accomplish them. If not, just reset and get after it the week after that. So thanks for tuning in. Go get after that hobby.